Matt. Coach Stoutland had said earlier this summer that he could sort of tell that the light had gone on for you a little bit in the offseason just in terms of, your knowledge of the offense and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Can you explain that a little bit? And then also, which of the 5 positions do you think you feel most comfortable at right now?
Yeah, during the offseason, I really put the grind into better understanding the playbook. I got with a bunch of the younger dudes. We went over it. I was training with Lane. So, me and him would go back and forth with plays, we'll step through stuff. As far as stepping through position of the 5 spots, I feel comfortable at all 4. I don't touch center. I don't think I'd ever play center. But as far as the guard and tackle spots, I'm pretty comfortable on both sides of the ball. Last year I got reps at both sides at guard and tackle. I played all preseason on the left side. And, in college I played the right side, so I'm real comfortable with that.
Les Bowen and then Mike K.
Hi, Matt. So today at practice, we weren't there, but you were at left tackle. And do you think you're going to settle in there? What's your understanding?
Right now, they haven't really made a decision, but whatever opportunity I get, I'm going to give my full effort on it. Like I said, I'm comfortable with wherever the coaches put me. I'm just going to give my all.
Not a whole lot of experience at left tackle, I guess. Certainly in the NFL. What do you have to get better at there, you think?
It's. You guys asked Dillard this question last year when he had to switch over. It's your mechanics switch, but everybody gets better with repetition. So repetition is the only way to really get better at a position. So with the reps come along, the better I'm going to improve at it. So that's going to be my best bet for it.
Thank you,
Mike K. and then Jeff McClain.
Matt, you didn't really play much your rookie year. You got to sit and watch and kind of learn. I'm just wondering how much that kind of helped you, knowing that you were kind of going to be this big V-like Swiss Army knife on the offensive line and moving around. Did that help with understanding each of the 4 positions and what you need to do in the offense?
Yeah, Stout. Man, he really pushes understanding the whole offense. You have. We'll go over plays, and Kelsey has to know what the running back's doing or, what the receiver's doing. So I feel like when a rookie comes in, you're learning the offense as a whole, not just your position. So, you kind of got to know what everybody's doing.
Jeff McMullen.
Matt, I guess most of us assumed that a Hall of Fame left tackle would take that spot and you would move the right guard. Are you wondering the same thing?
No. Whatever business they got going on, that's between them. Me, whatever opportunity I get, I'm about to take. Just take advantage of what I get.
John McMullen and then Zach Berman.
Hey, Matt. It's just wondering, I know you said you're comfortable at basically all 4 positions, but, when you're on the right side, either right guard, right tackle, then you switch over to left tackle. Is there kind of a ramp-up period, or is it pretty natural for you?
It kind of comes natural. Again, I worked the left side my rookie year a little bit. Then last year I worked it all preseason. And then, during the season, I'll jump in when some of the starters are trying to get, a little recovery in, and I'll go on that left guard, left tackle, right tackle. But again, it all comes down to repetition. Once you get a certain number of reps, your body kind of gets used to jumping around.
Zach Berman and then Ed Kratz.
Hey, Matt, if you think back to June when Brandon Brooks went down, did you think that was going to be your spot? And what was your reaction then when they re-signed Jason Peters?
Yeah, at first I thought it was, but of course you're going to want to get a vet in there, especially Jason Peters. Man, that dude can do pretty much anything. So it wasn't really a surprise. But again, I'm just here to fill in where I fit in.
Ed Kratz and then Martin Frank.
Hey, Matt. So the season starts in 2 weeks. A lot of changes up front. I mean, what are the challenges ahead for this line? And can you guys be ready in time for the opener? I know you don't have any choice, but how do you feel about the situation and all these moving parts up front?
I mean, I feel good about it. Adversity really starts to build the team. Again, we just got to get that chemistry with people jumping from spot to spot, and that's just going to come with practice and getting to know how each other play.
Martin Frank and then Dave Zangaro.
Hey Matt, you obviously played in college with a guy in Big V who was kind of like that swing guy for the Eagles while he was here. How much did you and him talk about that type of thing, about your versatility, being able to play like multiple positions?
I don't think we ever really talked about switching from position, but when I got drafted, he said that's kind of how you start building your foundation, just getting to know everything. That way, when an opportunity shows up, you can attack on it.
Dave Zangaro and then Jimmy Kempski.
And Matt, you came into the league with Jordan Mailata, so you probably spent more time with him than just about anyone. How ready do you think he is to play in a game this year, if that's what's needed of him?
I think he's ready. Again, when he first came in, it was just raw talent. Dude's athletic, he's physical, and it just comes down to, getting to know football as a whole. And I think that's over these past 2 years, that's something he's really gotten the hang of, is knowing the sport, knowing the position, and then getting into the playbook and understanding the schemes.
Jimmy Kempski and then Daniel Gallen.
Hey, Matt, because you got your feet wet last year, so to speak, and even getting to play in a playoff game, how important was it confidence-wise to have gotten that work in real games? And then also, how much easier is it to play in between the two guys like Jason Kelce and Lane Johnson, who are, arguably, if not the top player at their positions, right up there?
Man, it was great being able to get in there, with the guys. As far as, when you're practicing against, we got one of the best D-lines in the league, so, going against them is not easy, going against them every day. And getting into a game and, actually being able to go against a different opponent and, where, you have practice for, you practice a scheme and everything. It's different. It's different. You really get to, use the tools that you get during, from coaching, set lines, working combinations, all that, and getting to go against an opponent that's not going to really know what's coming at them.
We'll take 3 more here for Matt. We'll go Daniel Gallen, Bo Wolf, and then Zach Berman.
Hey, Matt, over the past couple of years, the Eagles have really stocked up on kind of the younger offensive linemen. You have Herbig, Sua, and the new guys this year. What's the dynamic like in that room with so much youth, and what's Stoutland like as a teacher with all of you guys?
Man, Stout is man. If y'all were in there, for firsthand, that dude is he's intense. But, he's real passionate about it. So, when a rookie comes in, he's really hard on them understanding the offense and, understanding the why to everything. And as to the young guys, man, they're quick learners. I think they got a hold of the offense really fast. But Stout, man, he drills and drills. He's real repetitive on everything, and he always says you can't get bored of doing the same thing over and over again. So, that's something that the O-line room has taken to heart.
Owen and Zach.
Hey, Matt, in terms of playing next to guys and knowing them, Isaac, it would be the one who you probably haven't gotten reps next to. So what would be the challenge if that was indeed how you guys moved forward?
I don't think there's a challenge to it. Man, Isaac's a smart guy. He understands, the angles. He understands the offense. So, anything I'm lacking in, he's going to help bring me up to speed. He's played all over the line as well. So, he has an understanding of, having to adapt to switching positions.
Last one here from Zach Berman.
Hey, Matt, it sounded like it was a big deal when Jalen Reagor committed to go to TCU. He obviously played a lot his freshman year. What do you recall from that year when you were his teammate?
I remember it was a bowl game against Stanford, and we did the trick return, and he was laying down on the field, blending in with the turf in our end zone. Coming out, and we threw it to him, but it ended up being a forward pass, so they called it back on the return. But, man, that dude's fast. He's fast. He can catch. He's a great player. And, it's obviously cool to have a fellow Frog on the team again. So, I'm ready to see what he does during the season.
How ready do you feel if you have to go play in a regular season game? How prepared are you?
I am very confident and very prepared to do whatever it takes to be in this team and perform at a high level that the coaches expect me. I mean, it's my third year going into the league, and I'm feeling very confident this year in my playbook and my skills and my ability. So I feel like I am very well prepared to take on the task ahead if need be.
Ed Kratz and then Chris Franklin.
Hey, Jordan, how you doing?
Hey, mate.
I just want to ask you played a lot in the preseason last year. I mean, this is your third year. You really haven't been kind of tested in a real game yet. What's your expectations getting into the game?
Mate, I've just been preparing myself as a starter. I think you can't discredit our defense. I think our defense give us a great look every day. Even though we don't have a preseason, I still believe that we still get a lot of work done, especially myself on my technique. It's a great look that I go up against guys like Josh Sweat and Brandon Graham. Those guys, tremendous athletes and great players. And at the end of the day, despite having no preseason, it's still such a big up that these guys can give you a look and give you the tempo. That's the biggest thing. The speed of the game is so fast, and for them to replicate that during practice is awesome for guys who don't have a preseason this year, like myself, like everyone else, really.
We'll go Chris Franklin and then Jeff McClain.
Hey, Jordan, if you had to evaluate yourself and your play, what do you think are some of your strengths at the tackle position, and what do you still need to improve on?
I think my biggest strength is my size. There's not many tackles my size, so I like how I have quick feet. I have fast hands. I feel like the one thing I need to work on is just knowing the angles and knowing when to stop kicking on the pass set. I feel very confident in my run game. Yeah, that's much it.
We'll go Jeff McClain and then Paul Domowitch.
Jordan, when you look back to the guy that had never really played any football 2 years ago and where you've come to this point 2 years later, where do you see the greatest improvements?
I think all around, all aspects of my game have improved. Just my knowledge. The game has slowed down so much for me. I mean, it's my third year in this system and the playbook, and it's just from year one to now, I just feel like everything's slowed down. I can make calls. I'm able to assess, coverages and know what I'm doing. So it's just a big difference. I'm not as second guessing what to do. Just go out there and just play the game like a normal footballer.
Paul Domowitch and then John McMullen.
Yeah, Jordan, what was your training like? Were you in Australia the entire time? And how did the COVID thing happen? Did you actually have it? Were you asymptomatic, or were you just exposed to someone?
So I was here the whole off season here in Philly. I was training here during OTAs. With the whole COVID thing, just around someone who had it. I have a heart history, and I feel like I was at high risk. So, I don't want to dive into that, but yeah.
John McMullen and then Les Bowen.
Hey, Jordan, good to see you. I was wondering, last year we were talking at the end of the season, you were kind of chomping at the bit to get out there, but you weren't able to practice because you're on IR. How do you think that affected you? And as a guy who needs reps, the fact that you weren't able to practice that time?
I think as a professional athlete and a professional footballer, you have to learn how to get mental reps, and that was the biggest part that Coach Stout challenged me on, was getting those mental reps, so that when I do come back, when I do get back on the field, I'm able to know how to instinctively make calls and just react based on the look. And I feel like it's worked. It's paid off. All the mental reps have paid off. To this year, I'm back on the field. Every chance that I get, playing with the ones or even playing with the twos, I give it my all. I try, and I want to make a name for myself. I'm very confident this year in the player that I know I can be. And, it's just all big thanks to everything happens for a reason. I'm a big believer in that. It was unfortunate that I was on IR last year, but everything happens for a reason. Get the mental reps and come back this year, come back faster, stronger, and smarter. I feel like everything's slowed down, so I'm able to just assess the end and do what I need to do as a tackle.
Les Bowen and Bo Wolf.
I asked you, Jordan, about those 2 years not playing at all and how difficult that was, but I think you just kind of talked about that a little bit. So were you right tackle today? Is that what you were doing?
Correct. I was filling in at right tackle.
So how comfortable are you there? I know last year you said there definitely was a huge difference switching sides. How do you feel on the right side? Are you as good there as you are on the left?
100%. I think we all know that I've taken more reps at the left side. So I feel like the right side, I'm very confident now this year coming in because, like I said, the whole mental rep game is a big thing for me. Knowing how to assess situations and get set off the ball, it has been very critical for me, especially when it comes to my pass setting on the right side. We've worked this offseason on strengthening my I guess weaknesses this year, so I'm very confident in my skill set at the right side.
We only have time for a few more here, so we'll go Bo, Dave Zangaro, and then Zach Berman.
Jordan, I think you have probably faced Joe Ostman more than anybody else in your in your short career thus far. What have you learned from those matchups?
Smoke King Joe, man. You know what? I'm very lucky to have a teammate like him. After practice, we're always goofing around, or we just get more sets and see how during practice I'll get him one play, the next one he'll get me. And we just literally just try and better each other. And I'm very lucky to have a teammate like him who's very. I don't know how to compare him to just like so quick, so fast, so smooth with his movements. But he's definitely sharpened my tools. So I'm very happy to say that I can call Smoking Joe a teammate and a brother.
Dave and then Zach Berman.
Hey Jordan. It seems like right now your confidence is kind of at a high. As you look back the last few years, were there moments where maybe behind the scenes you really wondered if you'd be able to do this?
Oh, 100%. I think I'm always one to reflect on my journey and how I got there, but then I always think about how I can improve and get better the next day, and that's always been. And you guys know every time I see you guys. My motto is, try and get better the next day. Focus 4 seconds at a time. Just trying to get better each day and progress like that. I had moments, not this year, but like previous years where I was like, man, like what am I, like, is this really what I want to do? And hell yeah, come back this year. This is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. Anything I can do for this team, I will do it. I will do anything for this team. They've given me an opportunity of a lifetime to be here where I am and give me the platform that I have today. So, definitely confident this year.
Last one here for Zach Berman.
Hey Jordan, if I can follow up on that, what made you think that in the past 2 years? Was it just the challenge of transitioning to football, how competitive it is, and and what kind of clicked for you to make you want to stay?
It was honestly, it was going from left to right. Like I was saying last year, it's not just like it's not easy going from left to right. Any offensive lineman will tell you that. So that's what was challenging. It's like, man, like I didn't expect to play right tackle, but like I said, everything happens for a reason, and I thank God that I moved to right because I was able to learn the playbook even more, just learning it from both sides, and just understanding the game a bit more, and that's what enabled me to play my game this year and be more smooth and slow. So, yeah, I hope that answers your question.